Hello, mums and dads and parents or whoever. My name is David Thorne. I am the founder and also lead developer of the breastfeeding timer or baby feed timer, whatever you want to call it, for iOS. Now, this is the next update. This is update number 5. My son is now on week 7. So I've been developing this now for a little bit more than 5 weeks. It's going on really well. The website's up and running. The app's up and running. I've got a website version of it for you as well. I'm just working on the Android app too. So we're really moving forward. So I want to show you some new features and new things that I've added to the app. But just quickly, if you haven't seen anything right now, come to feeding-timer.com. It's across the screen for you right now, and you can come and visit the website. And I've tried to detail the website as much as possible, so you actually don't need to download it, and you can see everything here. There are 5 main scenes or screens in the app, top level ones that you can use. You only actually need the timer, which is the first one to do everything, all right? If you want to dig down into the statistics, then you can use the statistics one or the today one to see all of the feeds that you've done today, or the daily journal to go back to a specific day, and then the settings. But everything is in here. It explains everything in nice, lots of colors and detail, what it does, and you can dive deeper into the different sections as well and see what each one of them do. I'm still working on this. But it's there for you, and once the app is ready to download, you can come to the download and you'll basically get taken to the specific store for your choice. And as I said, there is going to be a web-based one that you can use on your mobile phone without installing an app. I'm still in the middle of finishing off testing that, but that should be released very, very soon, so you can start using it then, and that will be a full feature version of it too. With that said, let's just look into now the updates on the iOS version. The Android version will be identical. So if you haven't seen the other updates, there's another video going through everything already, what I've done. So sorry if I skip over stuff, but ultimately when you download the app, install the app, this is the view that you're going to get. Right now you can see the last feed is like 3 hours and 23 minutes ago. My wife has actually fed my son already, but I thought I'd just leave it for the sake of transparency. So you got probably ready to feed since hour and 28 minutes, which was pretty accurate. And so we can begin feeding here because it's telling you, hey, start feeding. And you can see here it says feeding in process, and we can just let that run in the background. The stats, what I've updated is you would have seen these in the last video. You can see I've added this feeding trend here, which you can see just a little bit of a bar chart. It's a nice little thing to have a look at, and you can move it to the last 7 days or the last 28 days and stuff, and see the average amount of feed length day and night to see. That's wrong there actually. Let's do 24. Anyway, so, and then we've got the chart here. I'm always finding little things I've got to improve upon. We can then come to this time spent feeding today, and we can dive even deeper into the statistics here, seeing that on the left side has got an average of about 21 minutes and the right side 33 minutes. You can see it's all live data right now, so it's updated as we go. And we can see that we've in the afternoon, because at the moment this is now 20 to 4. So there's been like 2 sessions today between 12 and 6 o'clock, and then goes back to then the morning, 6 and 12 o'clock, the night time, and then the evening here as well. And it can show you just that little bit more information of the time spent feeding today. So we can then go into the average information here and change it between all or day and night. And I've tested this heavily, so it should be all working correctly. We can go flick between 24 hours or 1 day, 3, 7, 14 days, and we can then look at a little bit more information because we just have it on the night. We'll do it on all. And you can see here now the average duration for the different sessions in different parts of the day, because babies, they tend to feed differently depend upon parts of the day. There's like cluster feeds, there's like snack feeding, there's normal feeding, and so on. So babies, it's about recognizing the pattern of when your baby's snack feeding and when it's cluster feeding, when it's doing this normal feed. yeah, speak to your midwife about this stuff. But the numbers, they prove it from your child. And me and my wife, we've learned a lot just by looking at the numbers. All right. So there's this here that you can delve deep into. Average time between. This is like the great thing is, how long have I got until I need to feed next? Can I go into the city? Can I go shopping? Can I go get my hair done? And so you can come here and you can see in the afternoons, you've normally got like an hour and 51 minutes. Mornings, you've got 2 hours and 10 minutes. Nighttime, you've got 3 hours nearly. And the evenings, 1 hour and 7 minutes. You can see here that the amount of time between each feed, evening time is like this cluster feeding ready for the nighttime. And then in the nighttime, it's a lot more sleeping. What this means biologically is something different, but we're looking at the statistics here. We're not looking at the science of it. We're just looking based upon the numbers of what the child does. And over 7 days, we can see all of the numbers, they change. So we've got like about 210 or something feeds of data in here now. So it's really building up. Feeds per day, you can see here that on average is like 6, okay, 24 for today, haven't finished, 11, 11, 10, 11, 10. So it's about 10, 11, 12 feeds, and over 14 days, it kind of fluctuates and so on. Over 30 days, you can see the data. It shows you a nice pattern and so on. So, yeah, let's move into today. It's pretty much the same thing, and I haven't installed the newest one here. That's why it's broken. Very good. Okay, so I just was working on using my mobile phone to test it. So let's go back into today, and you can see here I've added feed type to here, and you can see it's a normal feed or a snack feed, and then there's normal feed, snack feeds as well. So it's now this is not super scientific. This is just more. It's based upon probabilities and statistics. So you need to take this data with a pinch of salt, because it's not. There's nothing there to prove that it's an actual snack feed or you're doing anything wrong. It's just there as some information for you to think, okay, the child needed some food quicker then. Was it you giving the food too quickly? Did you catch the cues too early? Or did the baby just need a feed right now? So there's no judgment here. It's just showing you that there's some cluster feeding. There's some patterns in the data, all right? So the editing view is exactly the same still. So we come into the settings view, and you can see I've got this import data. This is more than likely not going to be in the app. It will definitely be probably a part of the development app if I ever release it, and so on for you, so you can test it. That's basically how I can import data when required. Resetting the view is stayed exactly the same. Now, one thing that I have started to add is the lock in the functionality. Let me just change it over. Okay, so I've just switched over to another part of the app that I've been developing. Is I'm trying to work out how I can add a payment wall to it, because I've got to earn some money out the app somehow. But I don't want to remove stuff from people. I just want to allow people to use the app in its entirety, but still with them to think, wait a minute, this is an awesome app. I can use it and it gives me everything I need. But if I want all of the statistical data, I need to pay for it. Now, some of you are not going to need this statistical data, and I respect that. And for that reason, I don't want you to have to pay me if you just want the basic, because this view here is super easy to develop, and with this view, with this view here, super easy, and it doesn't really take much for me to develop that app. But if you want the more statistical data, which really does help. It really helps you to understand when the baby feeds next, when you've got time to go to the shops, when you've got this, when. It helps you in so much detail to do this. And my wife used the app rigorously now. And you can see I've been talking for about 8 minutes. And so we can stop the feed now. So you can see here, it still says when it was started, still says when it was ended, which side, and so on. But there's no recommendations anymore of which breast to use. And there's a little bug there that I've got to fix. But if we come to here, you can see like expected next feed, all of this statistical data, or that's probabilities of when it's going to happen, is locked. So even though you see likely next feed here, it doesn't tell you when. All right. And I think this is fair, is that you can see what data you're missing, And if you want to pay for it, you can, but you don't have to. And I don't want you to feel forced to have to pay for it, all right? And when we come into all of these views, they're all still there. I'm not going to lock any views, all right? All I'm going to do is just lock you from seeing the relevant data. So I want you to see everything, all right? With that said, let's just jump over to the website. And if you want to know why I built the website, come over to the About and it explains you why I did it and stuff. And otherwise, you can come and read some of the blogs as well that I've written, why I started a feeding log and never looked back, and so on. Also, I've added some videos here that, I mean, we watched a huge amount of videos during the pregnancy, and I thought that I'd try and find some great videos that maybe might help you too, because the website's there is about to give you information. If you're at the website and you're finding it helpful, then I hope that the app will also give you something out of it too. So this is something that's really important to me. With that said, let's just remember that if I delete all the data in the app, because this is an important key thing to me, all right? It's a really important key thing to me, is that I don't want any of your data. All of this data lives on your device. So when you start logging the data, when you download and install the app, this is what it's going to look like in the beginning. All right. It's going to be literally, you can press the begin feed button and it's going. And not going to have to register, give me any information, answer questions, do anything. You can download it and boom, it will just start working. All right. And nothing, as I said, nothing is going to be locked as such. Now, when I release this app to the public, I might allow some Easter eggs in the app. And this is a key thing to people that are watching these videos. The likelihood is I'm going to add probably an Easter egg somewhere around this settings page. And what's this Easter egg going to do? So you can see I'm just working on this premium page at the moment. It's far from finished. I'm probably going to add some Easter egg here that if you tap certain things a whole bunch of times in the right order, it'll add a piece of information to the app to say you can use the app for free as long as you keep using the app, just like my wife uses it. So basically there'll be stuff inside there to say, hey, as long as you use it frequently enough and you don't miss any feeds and stuff like that, and you rarely go over the times, then you'll keep the app alive as such. But if you don't, this Easter egg will slowly decay to the point, if you neglect the app enough, then this freeness will decay and run out. And at one point, once I've had enough people install the app, we'll remove the Easter egg in the app and so on. But if you have this key, let's call it, inside the app, and you haven't deinstalled the app, then you will, for eternity, always have this freeness, okay? So this is for loyal people that are watching these videos right now. I'm just giving the hint and the tip that there is going to be an Easter egg in the app to allow you to use it in full, for free, all the time, okay? So with that said, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. If you are one of the initial people who found this video and it's still in and around August 2025, thank you very much for taking the time out to listen to my videos. I made this app for my wife. I made it for me as well, so I could see how often my son was feeding, and I decided to put it into the App Store. And that's not in the App Store yet, but I only want it to go into the App Store once I'm certain, and I know it's the best app in the App Store. And once I've got the Android app at the same quality, it will then go in the Google Play Store as well. And I also want to know that there is a web version for you to use too, and with as many tools as possible for you to use. With that said, thank you very much for watching. My name's David Dawn. I hope you get something out of my app once it's in the store. I hope you get something out of these videos, and I hope you pass and share this information on to others as well. Thanks very much for watching. Ciao, ciao. Goodbye.